Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful and, honestly, most overlooked tools in the entire English language, the pronoun. They're kind of like the secret ingredients that make our sentences flow smoothly. By the end of this, I promise you are going to start seeing them absolutely everywhere. So let's get into it.
So here's what we've got on the agenda. We're going to start with why pronouns are so important in the first place. Then we'll meet the real stars of the show, personal pronouns. After that, we'll expand our toolbox with words that help us point and connect ideas. And finally, after a quick look at a few other types, we'll wrap it all up with a fun little challenge.
Okay, first things first, the power of pronouns. Let's see what actually happens to our sentences when these little words go missing, and why they are so crucial for just talking clearly. Just take a look at this. The first sentence, Lakshmi is a girl. Lakshmi did not read because Lakshmi was ill. It just sounds, well, clunky and super repetitive, right? Now look at that second version. By swapping in the word she, the whole thing becomes smooth, natural, and just way easier to understand. That tiny change, that's the magic of a pronoun.
So what exactly is a pronoun? Well, it's simple. It's just a word we use in place of a noun. You can think of it like a stand-in or a shortcut that stops us from sounding like a broken record repeating the same names over and over again.
All right, it's time to meet the true superstars of the pronoun world, personal pronouns. These are the ones we use all the time without even thinking about it, and getting a good grip on these is the key to understanding the whole concept. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Personal pronouns actually change their form depending on their specific job in a sentence. And this job has a name. It's called case. Just think of it like a job title that tells you exactly what that pronoun is doing. Is it the one taking action, or is it the one having an action done to it? So our first job title is the subjective case. This is for the main character of the sentence, the pronoun that's actually doing the action. It's our hero, our doer. And here they are, our team of action takers. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. And as you can see, you've got your singular forms for just one person or thing, and your plural forms for when you're talking about a group.
This example makes it crystal clear. In the sentence, I am playing cricket, well, who's doing the playing? I am. I is the subject, the one performing the action. It's that simple. Okay, so if the subjective pronoun is the one doing the action, what about the one that's receiving it? Well, that's where the objective case comes in. If the subject throws the ball, the object is the one who has to catch it.
And you can see the change right here. I becomes me, he becomes him, and we becomes us. These are the forms we use when the pronoun is on the receiving end of the action. Let's look at this example. Sarah called him yesterday. So Sarah is the subject. She's the one doing the calling. And who received that call? Him. He is the object of the verb. See how that works?
And our third and final job title is the possessive case. And as the name kind of gives away, this one is all about belonging, about ownership. It answers one simple question. Whose is it? Now, this is a spot where people sometimes get tripped up, so let's clear it up. Notice the difference here. A possessive adjective, like her, always comes before a noun to describe it, like in her park. But a possessive pronoun, like hers, stands all by itself. It actually replaces the noun. You don't say, this car is hers car, right? You just say, this car is hers.
This table right here, this really ties it all together beautifully. You can see exactly how each personal pronoun changes based on its person, number, and, of course, its case. It's basically the perfect cheat sheet, so honestly, feel free to pause here and just let it all sink in. All right, so you've pretty much got a handle on personal pronouns. Now let's expand our little toolbox with a few other types that help us do two really important things. Point to specific stuff and connect our ideas. First up, we have demonstrative pronouns. I like to call these the pointing pronouns because that's exactly what they do. This and these are for things that are close by, and that and those are for things that are a bit farther away. They let us be specific without actually having to point a finger. Next, we've got the relative pronouns. Think of these guys as the ultimate connectors. Their whole job is to join different parts of a sentence together, adding important information without making everything sound messy and complicated. See how who works in this sentence? It perfectly connects the main part, I do not like the boy, with the extra detail, who behaves like this. It just glues those two ideas together. Words like who, which, and that are the secret to building more interesting, complex sentences. We're in the home stretch now. Let's just quickly run through a few final categories of pronouns that help us talk about people and groups, sometimes by being really specific, and other times by being intentionally not specific. Let's do a little quick fire round for these last few. First, we have indefinite pronouns like someone or everybody. We use these when we're not talking about a specific person. Then there are distributive pronouns like each or neither, which help us refer to members of a group one by one. And finally, the easy ones, interrogative pronouns. You know them. Who, what, which. They're just the words we use to ask questions.
Okay, I know that was a lot of information, but you did great. Now it's time to put that new knowledge to the test with a super quick challenge. You ready?
All right, here we go. Look at the sentence. Is that my book or is it blank? Should that blank be filled with your, yours with an apostrophe, or yours with no apostrophe? Go on, take a second to think about it. Which one is the right fit?
And the answer is number 3, yours. If you got that, awesome job. Remember our rule from before? We need a possessive pronoun that can stand all by itself, replacing your book. Your is an adjective that needs a noun after it, and yours with an apostrophe, that's just not a word. So how'd you do? The next time you're writing or just talking, try to notice these little words in action. You'll be amazed at how much heavy lifting they really do to make our language so clear and powerful.